Hi guys, it's Ashley Daley. Shit Ashley Daley talks about. So today on the dinner menu was some things quick and simple right after work. It was vegetarian fajitas. My husband eats them with real chicken, so we're just gonna skip over that because I think everyone else knows how to make actual chicken. One of the things that people ask me a lot about is they want to stay away from soy protein. For obvious reasons, and if not, definitely look it up if you're getting too much soy in your diet. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, it does not matter. It's not good for you. A lot of people assume only vegetarian items, meat-free items are all filled with soy and nothing else is. Practically everything you eat on a daily basis most likely has soy in it in some sort of way. One of the most popular brands that I like, because obviously soy not being very good for men, is corn. It originally was labeled as a mushroom protein. It's actually mycoprotein, which is a fungus still, and I hate to say that because it weirds people out, but it is a very healthy protein derived from fungus, and it's soy-free, GMO-free, gluten-free, and allows you to get all of that protein without that soy and that draggy feeling. It's also, the reason why I'm talking about it today is very low carb. So if you are a vegetarian or just want to take meat out of your diet, maybe Meatless Monday, happens to be Monday, so Meatless Monday. I would suggest corn bran over a lot of the other ones just because of the main reason of being soy. Otherwise, Morningstar is great. You just have to make sure you're checking your carbs, because just because it is vegetarian and seems healthy doesn't mean the carbs are low. So another option that I found that's great for cooking breakfast, egg burritos, things like that are really good in the keto diet, is low carb tortillas. So I found one that actually is really, really good. It's 3 net carbs. This is the brand. If you are unsure about what net carbs are and what the difference is and how to count, if you haven't started counting your macros yet, I would suggest looking up what net carbs are, what the difference is, how to subtract them from the full carbs on the back of a container, because some do not label them as net carbs. What you're counting on the keto diet or any low carb diet is basically, if you're unfamiliar with the term keto, is basically the Atkins diet. Things like that reference low carb will say things like net carbs on it. If it says net carbs and you can count that, that's where you can count within your macros. If not, you just have to learn how to subtract the good carbs from obviously the bad sugars. So I try very hard not to use artificial sweeteners or sugars in my diet, which is what I said in my last video for the keto bark. Monk fruit is really good as long as it's not cut with an artificial like stevia. Those sugars aren't necessarily bad, those sweetener replacements, but you don't want to include them in your daily diet all the time. That's why bullet coffee is really good. You're taking out sugar altogether and still getting your fats. If you do not like the bullet coffee, I'm personally not a huge fan. I don't like when my teeth feel like butter. So what I've decided to do is I usually use a very low carb coconut creamer. I take sugar completely out, make my coffee, and just add the creamer right to it. Back to what we were discussing today, which was fajitas. You want to stay away from, if you read about the keto diet, you definitely want to stay away from corn. Carrots are okay in small dosages, but you want to look at more of the avocados. You can have red peppers in small amounts. You can have onions. That's not frowned upon. So grilling that is really, really good for your diet. So for example, tonight I did the corn, grilled of course with avocado oil. I used a little bit of buffalo sauce, which surprisingly, if you're not familiar with the carbs on that, people usually think, oh, all my favorite things are gonna be high carbs. That is actually naturally low in carbs. So you definitely want to get a bottle of that. I would suggest grilling with that, replacing that with a lot of seasoning in general if you like that hot, spicy taco or fajita. I would definitely say, just because you're on the keto diet, a lot of people are filling up on cheese, because what a great diet. You can eat as much cheese as you want because it's practically no carbs whatsoever. Do not do that. You're gonna feel sick. A lot of people, you'll start to notice your body cannot handle that much cheese. Some people are fantastic. They can eat all the cheese they want and they don't have stomach aches. They don't feel sick afterwards. But majority of people, you're gonna feel bloated. You're not gonna feel that effect that the keto diet really does give you, which is a lighter feeling. You're taking out those carbs that make you feel healthy, not healthy, heavy and sick afterwards. So you definitely want to incorporate those healthy fats. Yeah, indulge on that cheese, but do not use it in every single thing you're eating at night, because it's not very good for you. I don't drink milk at all, so I don't really have that issue. But if you're one of those people that do love drinking a lot of milk, I would suggest, obviously counting those carbs, checking those out, because it's gonna be a lot of carbs you're intaking each day. So even though a lot of people don't think they'll like replacing their milk protein with like a coconut derived item, you would actually be really surprised what's out there right now. So I would definitely try that. Otherwise, I really just wanted to touch base on like a quick and easy dinner. That was this, just a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of shredded cheese on that, and make sure you are counting your net carbs if you are sticking to counting your macros. If you're just trying to have that quick and easy low carb diet and you're a meat eater, stick with that meat. If you're making your own marinade, make sure you're making it at home and you're counting those carbs. Do not buy over the counter different seasonings or sauces unless they are naturally low in carbs, because you're gonna ruin your whole dinner and just the sauce alone. One other thing I did with dinner was I always have to have a salad. So I did want to show one example of one dressing, one brand, which actually two I should say. Skinny Girl, very, very low in carbs. It's actually sugar-free and really, really low in fat if you already have too much fat for the day. And yes, guys can buy this and no one will judge you. This is my second favorite. I never thought I'd be able to eat the Caesar dressing because of the creaminess in it, but this one is actually derived from yogurt. So definitely check this brand out. It's worth it. A lot of the times at Publix, it's buy one, go one free. Back on topic, because this is going over 10 minutes long and I know you guys are probably done hearing about it, but try this out. Even if you like me, I give it to my husband a lot. He loves this brand. It's his favorite actually out of all of the vegetarian styles, or replace it with shrimp. Just make sure, like I said again, you're making your own marinade at home and you're not buying pre-packaged stuff, because you would be surprised how much carbs and everything are added with just preservatives alone. So other than that, the shit Ashley Daley has to say, I think that's about it. And I look forward to talking to you soon. My next video will probably be me cooking, which I know I keep promising. I most likely will be making my keto rainbow cookies, which I was a little nervous about making them on camera before, but I am getting the items to hold the camera and be able to move things around. I'm just getting used to learning how to be on camera. So feel free to subscribe, and I promise it'll get more fun than this. Thanks so much. Have a good afternoon.